Assalamualaikum and very good day to our lecturer Dr. Khairah binti Man Shahid and our fellow friends. We are from Group 4, will presenting our case study titled as the delay of East Coast Rail Link Ecrl project. Our group consists of 5 members including me, Muhammad Rafiq Aiman bin Muzaidi, Muhammad Zaid Akmal bin Zainal, Hanif Imran bin Ahmad Rushdi, Muhammad Taufiq bin Kamal, and lastly, Muhammad Syarul Ikhwan bin Muhammad. Without wasting our time, let's move to the background of this study. East Coast Rail Link, known as Ecrl project, is a project for railway infrastructure that will connect the national capital Kuala Lumpur to Kota Baru using the East Coast Economic Region through Kelantan, Terengganu and Pahang. It will connect around 640 km of various parts in Malaysia, starting from the Eastern Coast region until Western Coast region. Ecrl is one of the largest economic and commercial projects between our country, Malaysia and China. This project is a joint venture project between China Communications Construction Company, known as CCCC, and also Land Public Transport Agency SPAD, who represent the Ministry of Transport, and its function is to regulate and supervise the Ecrl project. However, in July 2018, the chairman of MRL Transri Muhammad Zuki has instructed CCC to stop over the project. Then the project seemed more stuck due to the impact of pandemic of COVID-19. This project has a lot problematic situation and required to identify deeply and clearly. Hence, let's move to the next part that will be explained by Hanif Imran.
My name is Hanif Imran and I am going to explain the issue of Ecrl. The first issue of Ecrl is the occurrence of pandemic COVID-19. The pandemic COVID-19 have delayed the Ecrl project for about 0.02% due to the MCO. According to Ecrl 2020, during the early stages of COVID-19, several workers from Wuhan was instructed to work from home as they are from the affected areas. The Malaysian government has banned people from the Hubei provinces to enter this country. According to Permendagangam 2020, the employees that went back to China during the New Year's Eve have been instructed to stay put until it is safe for them to return back to Malaysia. Reduction of workers by approximately 200 workers have forced the company to reschedule the timetable. Workers that are readily available must adapt quickly to the new environment and to replace the missing workers stranded in mainland China. The next issue of Ecrl is the change of Malaysian government. The first transition of government is from Barisan Nasional to Pakatan Harapan government. The transition of government means that there is a change of policy or the decision making by the new government. Under the administration of Pakatan Harapan government, there is a delay of the progress of the Ecrl due to the Pakatan Harapan government choose to renegotiate the terms of the project to a more equitable terms for both parties. The delay is from 3rd of July 2018 until 12th of April 2019. There is about 21.5 billion reduction from the previous term. Under the new terms, a new alignment was proposed by Pakatan Harapan government, which is called the Southern Alignment. The new rail line is 40 km shorter than the one before which is the Northern Alignment, which reduces the raw material cost and covers more areas such as in Negeri Sembilan and Wilayah Persekutuan Putrajaya. The next transition of government is from Pakatan Harapan government to Perikatan Nasional government. Once again, the new government proposed that the Southern Alignment to be changed back to the Northern Alignment, but it was opposed by the Selangor state government, which currently act as the opposition state. The Selangor government, in its defense, said that the Southern Alignment can help in avoiding the water catchment area in Gombak and to avoid expensive penetrating constructions through the Titiwangsa Mountains. According to Perikatan Nasional Defense, on why they choose the Northern Alignment is that the Ecrl project main source of income is through free transportation and it must be transported through the Northern Alignment. According to Tan Sri Zuki Ali, the federal government has lost 1 million ringgit per day due to the delay of the project. The third issue with the Ecrl project is the criticism and backlash of the project. This criticism will give the people back negative sentiment that will affect the process of the project. The first criticism that was brought by the opposition side is how the ECRL project benefited only the upper class tier of the Malaysian citizen. This is because the Malaysian government has made the deal with the Chinese government, where the Chinese government must provide a loan assistance with the rate of 3.25% per year, and the Malaysian government in response will open up job opportunities to Chinese workers. This brings up the issue of limited opportunity to be given to the local workers. Other than that, there is a criticism of the pricing issue where the project is claimed to be overpriced. The ECRL costs approximately 77 million per kilometer. This can be compared to the Ethiopia Railway in East Africa, which only costs 18.0 million per kilometer. The unreasonable pricing can show that there is a large number of funds that can be saved if the project implementation is correctly and ethically organized.
Assalamualaikum, and I will be presenting about the implication of ECRL. The first point is affecting Malaysia-China relationship. As we all know, China is the second largest trading partner in Malaysia. So, there are a lot of businesses trade will be affected, such as import and export, since Malaysia are not very determined on the development of this mega project. China will have a lower intention towards Malaysia in the future development. Due to the delaying of this project, the government still need to pay for the interest, which will increase the expenses towards this project. And the government also need to pay for the half of billion ringgit if the project is not scrapped. The government also need to pay the compensation for the China if the lawsuit has gone to the arbitration court, because they are against the agreement that being discussed, which the amount that they will need to pay is RM20 billion. The second point is affecting the future development of Malaysia. The delaying of ECRL project will jeopardize on the national development as well as the citizens. It is because they are not having a lot of facilities in terms of transportation that can ease the citizens' mobility, and at the same time, their standard of living could not be developed. Second is the unemployment issue in Malaysia could not be set out. Since the delaying of this project, the workers who has been employed to run this project will lose their job and will increase the unemployment rate in Malaysia, that the current rate is 4.8%. The SME also will be affected because this project are focusing on the rural or underdeveloped state, which supposed to give benefit to them. The chances of the development of SME who live in the rural will be decreased because there are no economic activities will be run if the project delayed. The delaying of ECRL is only give short-term benefit for the government in reducing their expenditure. It will affect the country for a long time of period because the gap between East Coast and West Coast economy will be high. The third implication is reduce the number of public utilizations. The original purpose of ECRL is for the mobilization of people and freight transportation. The effect of delaying of this project is the people will not have a lot of choices for their utilization towards public that would lead the using of private vehicles. The lack of public utilization will lead the environment of the country to be harmed because there are a lot of vehicle users in the city that will produce a lot of carbon dioxide, which is not good in the preservation of the nature. So the business activities also will be affected since the government and private sector are using the same method of freight transportation. This will make the transportation of the material will take a long period of time as compared to ECRL, which will improve the freight delivery and also time consuming is lesser. So ECRL project can be considered as a must-have project in Malaysia because it will not just give benefit towards the Malaysia government, and it is also give benefit towards the people, and it will lead to the FDI to be attracted in invest in Malaysia.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Muhammad Taufik. I will explain to you all about the proposed solution for the ECRL project. Firstly, the proposed solution is restructuring monetary deal. As we all know, the project of Ecrl have uncertainty of cost. It have been changing from time to time, from one government to the one government. In Barisan Nasional era, the original cost of Ecrl project is 65.5 billion ringgit. It has been used as the political tool by the PH coalition to overtake the government. When PH government overtake the government, they have restructured back the monetary deal for the Ecrl project with the China company by getting 32.8% or 44 billion ringgit. The discount for this project is 32.8%. Once again, when the government changed, the monetary deal of this project have been restructured back. From overall cost in PH government, that is $10 billion, has been changed to $12 billion, increasing by 14% of overall cost. These costs have increased by increasing the root of the project. Next, we will discuss about the proposed solution, that is building good relationship between state and federal government. Building good relationship is crucial and important to make sure the project that related to both government can be implemented well. However, in the Ecrl project, the Selangor government have refused for the realignment for the project, that making the project has to be extend the time for dealing. This problem can be solved by making the good relation for people benefit. We can see it in Penang government facing the flood problem. They're asking for the federal government for more allocation. Najib Razak have allocate more budget for Penang government to make sure they can face and solve the problem of flood. Lastly, the proposed solution is government give high focus on the standard operation procedure in the construction of Ecrl project. First, they need to get the operating permit from the Ministry of Trade and International (MITI) and CIDB to operate their project. This policy is used to all construction of factory that want to operate in this lockdown or movement control order. Next, they need to do the screening for all the workers. They need to do the swab test, daily screening to make sure there are no possible cases of virus possessed by individual can spread to the other workers. And the last point is they need to reduce the number of workers to be only 50%. This to make sure the spreading of the coronavirus is not happen in the construction of Ecrl by the crowded of workers. With the less number, the possibilities of spreading is lesser. Thank you. That's all from me.
The development of the East Coast Rail Link (Ecrl) is one of our country's major projects. As a result, we must ensure that each and every action we make benefits our country. There are few suggestions that can help Ecrl develop more effectively. The first recommendation is government should always put people first in whatever decision they are making. Ministers should make decisions without regard to the political party they represent. For example, the action of State Barisan Nasional Secretary Dato' Alwi Cik Ahmad, who stated that if people want the Ecrl project to continue, they should vote for BN in the election. It was completely incorrect. When it comes to the public good, all residents have a right to the benefits of their taxes. In other situations, Menteri Besar Terengganu, Dr. Ahmad Samsuri Mokhtar, made the wise decision to meet with the Prime Minister to request that the Ecrl be changed once more. He is the Vice President of the Malaysian Islamic Party, but he is able to set politics aside for the sake for his people. Dr. Ahmad Samsuri Mokhtar's actions should serve as a model for all other Malaysians Menteri Besar or Chief Ministers. His people would not gain from the Ecrl initiative if he did not take the step. His people's economy will be in the same spot and Terenggano's tourism sector could not be expanded. The second recommendation is we have to choose subcontractors which can offer lower prices. The amended agreement in the Ecrl alignment involves, among other things, China Communication Construction Company (CCCC) awarding some contracts and allowing some local companies to continue working, with the civil works quota increasing from 30% to 40%. CCCC received a total of 1,321 submissions from local contractors as a result of this. According to the Malaysia Rally, 331 local construction companies were chosen as subcontractors in a pre-qualification process, with 70.7% of them being Bumiputra. Aside from providing job possibilities for residents, it may also save the government money. Instead of putting everything under the jurisdiction of the CCCC, including bringing in labor from China which would raise wages, hiring local people is significantly less expensive. The last recommendation is we have to make sure the future project have backup planning to deal with natural disasters and outbreak. As we can see, when the COVID-19 outbreak hit, Malaysia had no contingency preparation in place to keep construction project going through the crisis. Not only have construction projects been impacted, but all sectors have been hit and are unprepared. Backup plans for dealing with natural disasters and outbreaks should have been created in the first place, so that when the situation like this happen, all work may continue without affecting the project's profitability. Having them ready in the first place will prevent the work from being put on hold for an extended period of time. As a result, backup plans should be established and incorporated in the project proposal at the outset for future construction and development initiatives.
So, in conclusion, Ecrl project is one of the biggest projects the government has proposed. The listed potential benefits and consequences to proceed this project should be taken in consideration before taking any actions. This Ecrl project has contained project management elements which are prioritizing the progress in making any project become into an existence. Other than that, another obvious project management element can easily be traced when the government imposed the budget or cost specifically for this project. Overall, this project has been receiving both positive and undeniable contradict from several of aspects and sources. So we have come to the end and we like to thank to everyone who listened to our presentation. We hope that we have delivered our presentation clearly, and if there are any questions, don't be hesitate to ask us. By then, thank you so much.